Welcome back to the workshop. Today we're going to speak more about refining your writing so it's the best it can be. For better or worse, the English language has taken over as the current global lingua franca, the world's common operating language. Your career as a researcher and writer and your unique ability to communicate the experience of Indonesian culture to a monolinguist like me will depend increasingly on your English language skills. Maybe in 50 years' time it will be Bahasa Indonesian or Mandarin or something else. But that's today's reality. And your voice is essential for social scientists, humanities researchers, and I would personally argue scientists. Your evidence and data sections and analyses are also best written in your own voice. Fortunately, your voice is something you don't actually have to go looking for. You've already got it, whether you know it or not. You just need the confidence to use it. The hard task is applying your voice to a piece of scholarship. How can I sound like me while at the same time being objective and sounding like other scholars in my disciplines? You can use the voice in which you talk for this purpose, especially in your early drafts. When you talk about your research to someone else who doesn't know your field, how do you sound? You probably sound fascinating and fascinated and engaging and engaged and knowing and knowledgeable, most likely very animated. At the end of the process, you are talking about something that you now know better than anyone else in the world. But you are also likely talking to someone else who is not nearly as in the know as you are. You are talking in ways that are trying to communicate what you know a great deal about to an audience without any of your depth of understanding. Should you use the passive or the active voice? Your discipline may or may not use personal pronouns in academic writing. Even so, you may find it easier to write all but your final draft using I or we. This helps you actively insert yourself in your text. If you eventually edit out your I's, your voice will still be there. It won't be that detached, passive voice that lacks animation and energy and engagement. How do I find the right scholarly voice? Read your predecessors. Download or borrow 2 or 3 recent master's or PhD theses in your field from a highly ranked university. What have they done and how have they done it? How long is their introduction? How is it laid out? Can you easily identify the big research question and the proposed answer? Is it clear what argument you are going to see outlined in the chapters that follow? What are the chapter headings? How many are there? What are the discipline norms? Most disciplines have these, so that an economics thesis is going to look very different to a philosophy thesis. So read inside your discipline unless you happen to be writing an inter- or multidisciplinary thesis. And I wouldn't personally recommend this as your first piece of research. So with all of that in mind, thank you for listening, and we'll be speaking more about writing next time.